What's up, Blue Jay fans? It's Rob Scott of the Jay Talking Podcast here with your Game 2 recap. Blue Jays, Yankees, and the Blue Jays pulled one out 8-4, showing some offense and some muscle as well. Those 8 runs came on 11 hits and 4 walks, but 3 home runs, 2 by Russell Martin. Martin hit his first home run of the season. I couldn't believe it when I actually heard that. It was only his first in 122 at-bats, and he hit not one, but he hit 2, and almost hit a third. He finishes the day 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs, 2 home runs. He's probably the player of the game. Some other notes on this side. Devin Travis returned. That's a big get for the Blue Jays. They need that little punch of offense. Hopefully he can provide it. He's 1 for 4 tonight with a walk. Michael Saunders hit another home run. He went 1 for 4 with 2 ribbies. Batista 1 for 4 with another hit and a walk. He's played well since joining the leadoff spot. Now that's just coincidence. I mean, it doesn't really fucking matter where you're hitting. You knew he was bound to heat up a little bit. I am concerned with Batista a little bit over his age, maybe catching up to him. I mean, he's stretchy as hell, as you can see by the way he warms up. So, I mean, maybe his body is not that of a 35, 36-year-old. However, at some point it hits you, and at some point you begin to fall. And, you know, that day is coming, which I think is why the contract is ridiculous that he's asking for. And I hope the Blue Jays don't give it to him, not because I don't like Batista, but I don't like shitty contracts, and I don't like being held down by big, fat contracts that shouldn't be around, okay? But regardless, it was a good game overall. Ryan Goins played shortstop today because Tulo was out because of the quad injury. He drove in 2, which was nice for him, and his 150 batting average. He's desperately trying to hold on to a major league roster spot. He'll probably be shipped to Buffalo. I mean, it's between him and Barney. Well, you know, I mean, maybe not. Maybe you need both of them because you need the depth at shortstop. As I had said in the last game recap, Troy Tulowitzki is an injury bug waiting to happen, 118 games per season average, and he's going to get nailed at some point. He's going to get nailed. He's going to probably have 2 or 3 stints on the DL. Maybe this is the start of a first one. Who knows? But anyway, it was a good game all around. So let's look on the positives. The offense hit. They took some bases, they drove in runs, and that is a good sign for this team. Let's hope it keeps up. Marco Estrada on the mound. You know, just like Martin, I was very surprised. Well, I mean, I knew, but it's surprising. You know, he's got a team best 2.76 ERA. He picked up just his 2nd win tonight. He was 1-2 coming into this game. Now 2-2 on the season. Good inning, good outing for him. You know, he's pitching like the ace of the staff, to be quite honest. He's doing everything that needs to be done. Day in and day out, he's the most consistent. I mean, between him and Aaron Sanchez. So anyway, he's 2-2, 2.76 ERA. He went 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, 4 hits, 4 walks, and 2 Ks. But regardless, it was a good outing. Then he handed over to the bullpen. Biagini. Still learned to say his name. He came in, did a nice inning of work, struck out 2 in a clean inning. Gerardo pitched a third of an inning, gave up 2 runs, and then Osuna came in and cleaned it up with 2/3 of good work. My God, Osuna's, man, we're lucky to have him. What a great pitcher. I hope he joins the starting rotation. Whether that happens or not remains to be seen. But what an arm. And, you know, I mean, he's had the Tommy John. Is the weight of starting innings too much for him? I don't know. He's 21. But, you know, it's interesting that Tommy John surgery survivors, I'll call them for a lack of a better term, on average, now listen to this, if you have Tommy John surgery, on average, your career will only last 100 more innings. That's it. Can you believe that? Because, I mean, it seems like Tommy John surgery is a dime a dozen now, and guys are pitching through it all the time. But on average, 60 appearances, or 100 innings is all you have left after you have that surgery. So that's remarkable. So, I mean, maybe it is best to keep him in the bullpen, but I mean, if that's the medium, that's the medium, and you just go out and you hope you're not part of that medium. You hope you're the guy who can keep going for years after. I would like to, so in that sense, I would like to see him in the starting rotation. But for now, he's perfect where he is. The Blue Jays won tonight, 8-4. The offense hit. Devin Travis was back. And another note that was interesting. For the first time in Canadian history, for the first time in MLB history, 2 Canadians homered in the same inning. Michael Saunders and Russell Martin. So that's a neat little tidbit of info. And they did it on a Canadian team, so even better. So, Jays 1-1 on the series. Game 3 tomorrow. Be nice to take 2 or 3 from the Yanks. They were starting to heat up, and it would be good to give them a little punch in the gut and show them that we can, take a little something from them in their yard. Anyway, thanks for joining. That's your game recap. Blue Jays win 8-4. Boom, 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 boom.